Hello, everyone. This is Nathan Bridges from Nathan's Nuggets with UC Merced basketball player Josiah Ajiake. Thank you for joining me today.
For sure.
I'll start with the first question. How old were you when you started playing basketball?
I started playing basketball. I started playing competitively in 5th grade, so probably around, I don't know, 10 or 11, however old you were in 5th grade.
Do you like basketball before that? And that was like when you played competitively?
Yeah. My dad has always told me that I've had like the little plastic hoop with the ball in the house. I've always been one to shoot the basketball, and I've always liked watching basketball, so that was definitely a no-brainer for me.
You just love basketball?
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah. Growing up, I started playing baseball first, was my first sport, and then eventually I moved on to football, and I also played soccer for a year, but baseball and football were my first two sports.
So you played 4 sports?
Yeah, 4 sports growing up.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to attend Bellarmine College Prep?
It was my two older brothers went there before me, so it was kind of expected that I would go there. But I always just liked the feel of the school. Like I could remember as a little kid being on campus and just wishing to go there one day. And so when I finally got the opportunity, I took it. I initially went to John F. Kennedy High School in Fremont my freshman year because I didn't get accepted into Bellarmine. But then I transferred in my sophomore year.
So you went there for 3 years?
Yeah.
So it was like in your family also?
Yeah, both my brothers went there, so it was kind of just like, you're going to go there too. So I was just rolling with it.
So yours can't go there anyway.
Yeah.
What were you feeling when you're going to play in the CCS Open Division Final?
I was excited. It was definitely one of our biggest games of the year. As a team, we're kind of used to like playing in front of big crowds. Some of our games were, sold out, standing room only type gyms. But it was just really cool to play like on a college like court in front of all those people. It was really a really good atmosphere. And it was a really exciting game. It was fun.
So there were a lot of people at the game?
Yeah, as soon as you stepped on the court, you could just see all the people, and it was just like, yeah, this is gonna be a fun game for sure.
Was that the one that was played at Stanford or at something like that? That's
Yeah,
cool. That's cool that you got to play there.
yeah, it was so sick.
How do you think playing at Bellarmine Prep helped you prepare for UC Merced?
Um, I'd say definitely the coaching that I got there because I think I had a good group of coaches around me for sure, and they valued like fundamentals of basketball and the basics, and they taught us a lot of things that I'm gonna take with me to Merced definitely. But just a great group of coaches that were around me that taught me many things day in and day out of practice, and I'm just very thankful to have them, to be able to be coached by them for 3 years.
So the coaches are really good there?
Yeah, they're second to none. I think we have probably the best or one of the best coaching staffs in WCal.
Wow.
Sure. Yeah.
What did you like about UC Merced?
For me, honestly, it was the coaches again. Like Coach Pham showed love like from the jump, and he was one of the only coaches to meet with me on Zoom. One of the only coaches to show me like an actual presentation of the school, to see like what I would expect going in, and give me like a whole overview of the school. And so that was big for me. He also had my mom on the Zoom meeting, and so he just showed that like he cares not just about me but about my family, and he made sure that we were both like involved in the meeting and we both understood, and if we had any questions, like he was very nice about this whole recruiting, and the whole recruiting thing was kind of weird with Corona, and so like
Mm-hmm.
under the circumstances that we were in, I was like very impressed with how professional and how interested he was in me, and so I just felt like going there, it would be like bigger than basketball, if that makes sense. Like they
Mm-hmm.
care about the person. I felt I got that vibe from them, so that's why I chose to go there.
Did he include your family in it? Also, like the recruitment process.
Yeah, like he would ask me questions about like my siblings or like my values, like my family values, like stuff like that. Like you wouldn't really expect like from a college coach who's trying to recruit you to play basketball. Like, he took it past basketball and looked at me as a person. And that's like one of the biggest things for me is someone who actually cares about me as a person.
So he took it deeper than like just basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think the biggest difference will be in the jump from high school basketball to college?
Um, Definitely size. Like everyone in college is big and strong, and so I definitely got to get stronger. Um, and there's guys like at your position who are a lot taller than you, who might be bigger than you already. So there's a lot of catching up to do there. But also like on the mental side of it, it's a longer game. You're playing two long halves, and so you got to be ready for that. Practice every day, workouts every morning, and so it's just a lot of mental stuff that I'm gonna have to get used to. But I think I'm ready for it.
So you got to get like stronger. Also, you said,
Yeah,
and the mental part to know the game,
yeah,
like even more.
definitely, yeah.
What are your goals for your career at UC Merced?
Um, I definitely want to be good in my classes. Student athlete, school always comes first. It's always how it's been. But I think I definitely want to make like an impact my first year as a freshman because there's no excuses. You know, everybody has like kind of the same playing field, and so going in there, I just want to help the team as much as I can and make an impact. But also, like I said, with my school, I want to get ahead of my classes and excel.
So you want to do both. Make sure, wait, for school also.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite basketball player as a kid?
Um, Growing up, I think my favorite was definitely G Wade for sure when he was with the Heat. Uh, before before he had LeBron and Chris Bosh join him, just when
Was
he
it
was all
when like he had Shaq?
yeah, like around that era when he won a championship with them. I don't know. I really idolized him. I had him as like my lock screen and all that.
Oh, that's fun. You had him as your lock screen.
Yeah.
Do you try to model your game after anyone?
Yeah, definitely. Paul George is one person that I like for sure, just because he's such a smooth player, and he's just such like a point forward type player. Like he can bring the ball up, but you know he's also 6'8", and so he uses his size to his advantage in the post. That's something that I try to model for sure. Also, Kyle Kuzma too, because he's another guy who, again, he's big, but he doesn't play like his size. He can play as a guard on the wing, and he can get a bucket. He can put the ball on the floor, and I think that's something that I need to definitely. I definitely have that aspect in my game, but something I could definitely work on too.
Those are both great players.
Yeah.
Paul George, he's a Fresno State guy, and I'm from Fresno.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is there any area in your game you're going to try to improve for UC Merced?
Um. Yeah, I definitely need to get stronger. Like I said before, um, I think the biggest aspect I've been trying to focus on this summer is my ball handling because in high school I was always like the tallest, one of the biggest on the team. So I played center, power forward most of my high school career. So I wasn't really putting the ball on the ground that much during the games, but definitely got to work on my handle because that's going to be something that's increasing for me. I'll probably get on the wing more. My catch and shoot for sure because I'll be on the wing, and so that's going to be an open shot for me. So those two things I've been working on a lot this summer.
Ball handles are very important.
Yeah.
Then the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any 3 NBA players to dinner. They can be past or present. Who are you taking?
I like this one. I think I'm definitely taking LeBron for sure, just because I feel like LeBron is so knowledgeable just about like life in general, not even just like basketball. Like I just feel like he has so many like cool stories or like so much like good knowledge that he could drop on me. So I'm definitely taking LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably Shaq too. Shaq is another one of those guys where I just feel like he has so many cool stories. Just he's been through like so much in his career and in his life.
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, Shaq's just a funny guy in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone I'd love to have at dinner. And then my third one, I'd say James Harden, because he's another one of those guys that are just like so chill and so down to earth, but also just like really smart and really knowledgeable. And so like that's who I'd take for sure on the dinner.
Those are all great players.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining me today. Those are all the questions I had.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.